Recording in progress.
Yo, what up, what up? I'm your boy Trey Fraser. I got my brother Maestro Styles here with me today.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to another episode of the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Special shout out to all of our listeners, all of our watchers that are looking at us right now. We're on Twitter Live, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live. Make sure y'all continue to follow us on those platforms, and also you can follow us on social media on the Instagram at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. My brother, how we feeling, man? Another week, man. Another dollar.
Good, man. Another week. You got a whole dollar in the week, bro. You doing all right, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? Right?
I think I'm more like a dime a day, so I get about 70 cents out the week.
70 cents, man. I got like 1% of that.
And by the time bills and child support come out, you know what I mean?
No, I hear you, man. I hear you. I mean, between
how you though?
I'm good. You know, between the bills and the kids, get their money, wifey get their money, and I mean, hell, even the parents get their money too. So, I know what that's like, man. I know what that's like, bruh. Before I go any further, happy birthday to my brothers, our brothers, Sharif and Melvin. Both celebrated birthdays over the weekend. We had a great time out in VA the other night. That was cool. Cool to see everybody again. So shout out to the brothers, and wish we could have did a little bit more that night than we did, but needless to say, man, it was all good. It was all good.
We old is what you was trying to say.
We old? Is that it? I'm not old, man.
I think that's why we didn't do nothing else afterwards, because we old.
Hey, man, I'm a youth, man.
All right, I mean, hey, brother.
I gotta feel it
coming in.
I don't feel it.
That's from.
I don't feel it. That's the important thing.
Hey, young as you feel, I feel you.
That's the important thing.
I feel you.
I got the features, but I feel young, bro. I feel youthful right now. So
I mean, hey, man, that's what the saying. That's how the saying go. You young as you feel. So how old you feel then?
How old do I feel?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm 35, even though I'm 39. 4 years difference. 4 year difference.
Ain't that far off.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, I was waiting for you to say 27 so I can call you a damn liar.
Nah. I feel like I'm 5 years younger, to be honest with you.
All right. I guess I never thought about how young I feel.
Yeah. Nah, it's all in mindset, man. It's all up in the mindset. You can look old, but if you feel young, then you're gonna go places, man.
All right, man. More power to you, bruh.
No doubt. So tonight's show is gonna be special. We got a guest coming up in like 20 minutes. The brother's name is J.R. Gamble. He is a sports writer for the Shadow League and also for MLBBro.com, which is a baseball website that's dedicated to African-American black baseball players in Major League Baseball, founded by Rob Parker, who everyone knows, the famous Rob Parker from Fox Sports, ESPN in the past and all that good stuff. So, real excited to have my man JR come on. I think he's a Queens native also, so it's going to be fun to, talk about some stuff. We're going to get into some NBA Finals talk as well. Bruh, I gotta start here, man. I think the big topic that people have been talking about the past couple of days is Deshaun Watson. Another two women came out. One of them definitely is suing Deshaun Watson. That I do know. I don't know about the other one. But that number is now from 22 women to 24 women now. And there's been this outlash that the NFL needs to come out and do something about it. Well, not about the women in the cases, but in regards to what happens to Deshaun Watson in regards to the suspension, which we know is coming. We just don't know what the games are. We don't know if it's
Right.
going to be for the entire season. And, that's sort of been the situation until two more women came out and, are putting this lawsuit against him. And so here we are. Everyone's taking the shots at Cleveland, but at the end of the day, they're a National Football League team just like the other teams that wanted to get Deshaun Watson. So, your thoughts on where we're at with all this right now?
Well, first off, let me shout out Deshaun Watson's agent for getting the bag that they got. Man, you are what you get. You get what you negotiate, and irregardless of what's going to happen to him, legally or suspension wise, that's the bag that he negotiated, and so congratulations on that. With regards to, I guess what you're talking about is with regards to. I know a lot of conversation has been about, well, did they pay Deshaun Watson according to him playing for 5 years, or did they pay him according to playing for 4 years? So is it? I get the contract is five for 235 or two.
Five for
Wow.
230. Five for 230.
230. Okay, 5 for 230. So essentially, what a lot of people are saying is that he probably gonna get suspended for a year. And I guess the question behind that is that did they anticipate that he would probably be gone for that long and pay him, give him his contract accordingly?
Yeah.
Regardless of that, I don't know. Knowing the Browns, and I know they've been good for, they've been, I guess middle of the pack for the past, what, 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
But hey man, well, I can't even blame this on the Browns. That was one of the biggest quarterbacks in the league before all the issues. You got to pay him accordingly. I mean, honestly, I can't even put that on Cleveland. You gotta pay him what he worth, man. What he asked for if you're trying to get a franchise changing quarterback. So I can't even say, I don't know. I don't know. Even if he got to sit out a year, the impact that you think that Deshaun Watson is going to have on your franchise is kind of it's a blank check. You try let him tell you what he wants, and if you can get it to him, you get it to him. So I don't really know. I don't really know if how I feel about the conversation about was he overpaid, or is Cleveland stupid for not anticipating that something like this would happen. I don't really know. I know that Deshaun Watson is going to be a top five quarterback in this league and has been at I guess before the issues was going on. So I don't know, man. I know he's worth the money. I know he's worth. I know the value he's probably going to bring to that franchise warrants the money.
Just to backtrack for a second, when you said that he negotiated the contract, I'll word it this way. I think the Browns threw extra money at him. Because I remember the story. He didn't want to go to Cleveland.
Right.
He wanted to choose either the Saints or the Falcons, if my memory serves right.
I just remember reading something that that it was Miami that was his number one choice.
Yeah, right. Okay, so that's kind of come out too with the whole,
Yeah.
Dolphins thing, and way before the 22 women came forward with their civil suits. That was the Miami kind of broke that out, that was a possibility until all that stuff, came up about, which I still think the Texans are somewhat behind this. Not to necessarily blame the Texans, but I think two things can be true at the same time. I think the Texans, with some affiliations with the lawyers, and one of them living like in the same neighborhood as one of the members of the ownership of the Texans, like that kind of a thing. I think there's something to that, but at the same time, 22 women is 22 women, and something went on. Something went on.
I hate to go down this rabbit hole again, Trey. I hate to go down this rabbit hole, and try to stick to try to remember your point. Is it possible that they could have set up 24 women to lie? Is that fathomable? Let me just ask.
All 22. I
thought it was 24 now.
It's 24 now. But right. I'm kind of stuck on the 22 going back to before all this first started. But is it possible?
It's hard to fathom.
It's hard to fathom. But if you want me to put a percentage on it, I'm just gonna throw 5% at that. That the Texans coerced all 22 to lie on Deshaun Watson. I just have a hard time believing that it's like, and I've said this a few episodes ago. I don't think all 22 women are lying. I also don't think all 22 are telling the truth. I think there's some that legitimately.
Well, it's either the lie or the truth, my G.
What's that?
I said it's either the lie or the truth, my G.
No. You don't get what I'm saying. I'm saying
okay.
I don't think all 22 women are lying. I also don't think all 22 are telling the truth. I think there's some that are telling the truth. I think there's some that are lying. Is where I'm getting at.
Okay, so you're saying that out of the 22, 17 might be lying, 5 might be telling the truth, type of thing,
or vice versa. Yes,
right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or vice versa.
Okay.
Yep.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. My fault. I know. I fucked up your point. You was saying you was responding to him negotiating
the Browns threw more money at him. The Browns were desperate, and look, rightfully so. We talked about it. It's Deshaun Watson.
Ain't that a part of negotiations?
I don't know. I don't know.
I say that because look, I know you want to go here, but we really want you to come here. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you might want to go to Atlanta, but if I throw you 10 million, 20 million extra,
mm-hmm. If I break the bank for you,
sign with us?
Yeah.
I mean, ain't that kind of, or vice versa. Right. Or vice versa. They say to him, man, I know you want to go to Atlanta, but we really want you to come here. And he say, well, all right, well, if you really, really want me to come here, mm-hmm. that's going to run you another 20 mil, at least.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Okay. I guess it could be either way. When I think of negotiations, I'm thinking about, okay, there's a back and forth. How about my client gets this, and then the team comes back and says, okay, how about we do this plus that, or we can't do that, but we can give you this. And when Deshaun said, I don't want to go to Cleveland, I think that's the part for me that kind of just, deaded the negotiation part of it, that I don't want to go to Cleveland. Like, that's off the table. And then the Browns just said, we got the armor truck back here with a boatload of cash. We gonna pay you as much as possible to get your ass here. It's like, and at that point he was just like, all right, deal. Let's do it. Let's do it. And then and then some of it may have had to do with some of the stipulations in the contract. Like, there's a way out for the Browns if somehow Deshaun doesn't play a snap for them. There's some way of somewhat of an out for Deshaun Watson in case he gets suspended for a few games to a year, possibly. He still somehow gets his money. So I think in that regard, I guess I see your point. There is some negotiation because there's still like fine print in the contract that had to be ironed out and whatnot. But when he said, I don't want to go to Cleveland, for me, that just said, okay, Browns, you just got desperate, and rightfully so. Again, he's a top 5 quarterback. You got to do whatever it is you got to do. It's Deshaun Watson. It's Baker Mayfield. Like, I mean, that's not hard. That's not a hard decision to make. So,
yeah, I mean, I agree because I think at this stage people feel like Baker Mayfield, or maybe not really people. Well, yeah, people, but more importantly, the franchise probably feels like this ain't the dude. We run a game. Why we put weapons? We gave him weapons.
Yep.
It's not. I don't think weapons was the issue for Cleveland. I think essentially the issue was Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, and he was hurt.
Yeah. I mean, but then maybe they were hurt. I mean, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole as to why the Cleveland Browns didn't meet expectations on paper, but you know, they didn't get rid of Baker Mayfield. That's just, I'll leave it there.
He's still there. Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah.
They're trying to see if they can get something for him. But teams are wise that eventually you're gonna cut him. Why should I give up something if I know you're gonna cut bait with him? Now, if this Deshaun Watson thing, goes left in a way where we haven't imagined yet, then, guess what? Baker is back in Cleveland.
Hey, man, you know what I just thought about, randomly?
What up?
They may be keeping Baker Mayfield because they know Deshaun Watson is going to have some type of suspension during this year.
Mm-hmm. But it's also the reason why they went out and got Jacoby Brissett as a backup quarterback.
Oh, I didn't know they got Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. They kind of, I don't want to say they solidified it, but back then the rumblings were they were parting ways with Baker, so they get Deshaun, and then they said, "Oh, we need a backup because this dude might get suspended. Let's go get a backup quarterback," and they got Jacoby Brissett from Miami.
Yeah, I didn't know they got Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
So maybe you're right in the idea that they're just doing that to and they're trying to get rid of him and nobody wants him.
Nobody wants to.
At least not. Nobody wants to pay that $20 million, whatever the $20 million contract, whatever that is, in a trade.
Nobody wants to give up assets for Baker Mayfield. I think there's teams that want him. I think they want him on the free market.
Right.
I think that's where we're at with that. So,
okay.
but yeah, this is interesting, man. We're gonna see how this, this all plays out. The lawyer was on a radio show and was talking some nonsense that I don't think really helped Deshaun Watson in any matter. He
like what? Like what was he saying?
He was saying something about, well, I don't know a guy that doesn't go to a massage parlor that doesn't get a happy ending, basically. So he's basically he's basically trying to normalize that a dude getting a massage at a massage parlor always gets a happy ending.
What?
Yeah.
That's what he said on the radio?
That's what he said on the radio. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said.
That's crazy.
So, like, bruh,
that's crazy.
That's not what you say to defend your client. Like,
So basically, allow me to allow me my brainstorming to kick in. I think this is logical. This is logical.
Okay.
So the dude is saying. So the dude's defense to sexual harassment is that Deshaun Watson was supposed to pull out his dick because you always get happy endings there anyway. So him pulling out his dick was not sexual harassment.
Not the right thing.
Is that
to
what
say,
I'm hearing?
Buddy. Not the right thing. You're paraphrasing it. I mean, you're interpreting that, I think, the right way. But yeah, he's basically normalizing that getting happy endings in the way that Deshaun has been accused of is okay. That's basically what he said.
I would say this. I've had two massages in my life, and never was
only
there
two
a situation. Only two, yes. professionally, and I don't even know. I don't even know if this one of them I didn't really pay for. It was like one of those situations where it was there for free and I got it.
Yeah.
And I don't know that she was. I don't know that she was professional. She at least did it in a professional manner.
Right.
Like you did all the little, had a chair and did all the little,
Yeah.
all the little things that masseuses do. But
Right.
I don't look. And the first one was shout out Mel was Mel,
Mm-hmm.
and she's Melanie. Like so
Yeah, right.
My point
That's the sister.
my
Yeah.
point was
Yeah.
my point was not counting Melanie. So honestly, I would say I had one, not because she wasn't a professional. I don't know if she was or wasn't. I'm just saying she don't count. I never thought I was getting a happy ending behind all those. That's what I'm saying. I never thought that after that it was going down. That never crossed my mind. But maybe I'm not an expert at getting massages. I'm not I don't know how that. I don't know what the protocol is.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think I may have had one like professional massage in life. Never have I thought to get a happy ending. I never
Well,
thought that.
it wasn't even off. My point is that I don't know that I don't know. Like, look, I know it happens, but I don't know that what's the protocol? How does that work? How do you know? I guess she would have to say, all right, that's what we doing. Do you want that? But I don't know how that works. I don't know how Deshaun Watson gets there. I guess you got to have a lot of money.
I guess so. I mean, they said that the team had like 60 something like different masseuses. Like that's what they reporting. Like that's crazy. Like you need that many masseuses?
Well, let's bring our guest into the conversation. I'm sorry you came in on the hot topic of.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on? What's going on? Let me introduce you right here. So we got a special guest here at the Barbershop. We got the homie J.R. Gamble, sports writer for the Shadow League, also sports writer for MLBBro.com. You can find him also on theshadowleague.com. JR, man, thank you so much, man, for coming through, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me. A long time coming. I've been peeping the way you move on Twitter and different things, and it really caught my eye because you guys are really authentic, and sports people, more, in the realm that I like to travel, and I watch how you analyze the game and the way you're fearless with your takes and things like that. So, yeah, I definitely had to come speak to you guys today.
No doubt.
That's what's up.
Appreciate that. So, hey, Maestro, I mean, we kind of got into this Deshaun Watson talk. Let the homie
just
JR.
Slide him in there.
Yeah. Let the homie JR. Let's get him in there.
I'm gonna tell you exactly where we at, JR. So, Trey was letting me know that that the lawyer, I guess, went on the radio talking about happy endings are expected at when you get a massage. So my thinking is, I ain't had a million massages in my life, but that would logically in court, that sounds like to me that he's implying that Deshaun Watson allegedly whipping out his dick in front of a masseuse is not sexual harassment. And that sounds crazy to me. To that you say what?
Wow. It's such a difficult and slippery slope with some of these things because, when you speak as a man, you don't want to come off misogynistic. You don't want to come off as supporting, any type of sexual indecency or misconduct. But can I just say this? Because I do like to keep it 100.
Talk your talk,
yes,
man.
I like
talk your talk.
I don't know where you grew up. All I can speak from my personal experiences and the life that I've lived, right? Deshaun Watson likes to go and get massages. That's established. Not sure if that's a bad thing. Whether it's 68 women or 80 women, where it becomes messed up because let's be honest, we have these entertainers and these athletes and legals and sex workers who fight every day to be accepted as a normal part of society. Sex work, right? Sex work, not illegal sex work, and they want legitimacy and these things, and they do provide happy endings and the like. Now,
Right.
where it becomes a slippery slope to me is where they're now accusing him of doing things that they did not okay or was not agreed upon. Then, yes, it becomes a problem. However, equating the fact that he may have wanted massages from 68 women and assuming that, he assaulted all these women or he did something bad to all these women, or even assuming that the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th woman that come forward, I don't know if it's all legit. But this is the problem. Mm-hmm. If you do one thing to one woman that is indecent and unacceptable, no one is going to give you the benefit of the doubt about the next 2,000 women that come down the pipe.
Yep.
Right.
And that's where I stand here with that situation. I don't really want to get into a situation about, if they're lying, if they're not lying, because I don't ever want to seem insensitive, because if that's my mom or my sister or a young lady that I know, or even a stranger, no one wants to be put in a position by someone in a position of power to take advantage of them, particularly in this industry. So, yeah, a lot of people have a lot of things to say directly about him, about his character. I'm going to stay away from that. What we all know is it's a bad look, right?
Yeah.
Right? We
100%.
all agree on that. It's a bad look. It's a terrible point in his career for someone who was on such a high. And but at the same time, I cannot have any sympathy for him if he really does have this pattern of just disrespecting women all day long.
For real.
Yeah.
So it's tough. And I wish we didn't have to talk about this. I really do.
I agree.
It's a hard situation, but if whatever he did, he had to pay for it, whether it's monetarily or with his reputation.
Yeah.
But I do hope, because none of the women seem to have been physically scarred. There's probably some emotional and mental scarring that they'll have to deal with. I do hope he can be forgiven for his, I guess, fetishes, his overzealousness, his over-aggressiveness when dealing with women in that particular type of workspace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But, and then just, kick the habit, bro. It's an addiction, obviously, that has taken over your life and really caused problems for yourself. Get counseling, regardless of what comes of this. Get counseling,
right?
Because a lot of times it's all about your mind state and how you approach the situation and what you thought was okay. Mm-hmm. That's what needs the counseling, right?
You're right.
I don't think Deshaun Watson's a bad guy that wants to hurt women or anything of that nature. But I do think he needs some counseling and just get himself together mentally about what he wants out of his career, what he wants out of life, what kind of lifestyle he really wants to live at this point. Because regardless of everything, that type of lifestyle is questionable.
Yeah.
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 It's a lot of women, It's a lot of women.
It is.
That's a lot of women.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of women. I agree with that. I'll ask you the same question I asked Trey before you came on.
Sure.
How much of this do you feel is Houston Texan involved as opposed to him just having an issue?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both in the sense that, bam, right? Gotcha. You're an athlete walking around asking for $200 million. Mm-hmm. You know how clean you got to be to get that money?
He a black athlete. Yeah. You got to be clear about that, JR. He a black athlete.
We're not just giving you $200 million. And then you said we were a bad organization, basically, right? Mm-hmm. Then after we gave you the money, Negro, you now want to say, I'm not messing with y'all. I want out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's certain type of people. Like imagine Trey, you go to Jay-Z. He gives you a nice deal. A deal he never gave any other MC, right? Mm-hmm. You take the deal. everybody's lauding you. Jay-Z gave a $150 million deal, guaranteed. He never did that for any for any artist. And then 2 months later, you say, you know what? Nah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want off this label. You know what's gonna happen? Not only to your career, but so you won't be making any music. That's cool, right? You won't have a career because there's certain people you can't cross. To answer your question,
Yeah.
big time NFL owners,
Bob and Ned, yeah, Bob and
guys
Ned,
with that type of reach, guys with that type of extension.
Yeah,
it's common sense. This is not a racial thing. It's just common sense not to burn bridges with those guys. That's why these guys, particularly former black athletes of Jerry Jones, they run around licking and kissing his feet all the time on TV. Why? Because to be cut off from that type of resources, that type of money flow, that type of access, change your whole life completely, bro.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of James Dolan. You know, every time somebody says something bad about James Dolan, he don't want you to go to any Knicks games no more. Like niggas be scared to say something bad about James Dolan.
You done. Because you done. Look at Oakley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oak,
don't think that is a good situation for Oak. For one, Oak is not an all-time great player, right? He's an all-time Knick.
Yeah.
Knick, right.
So his haven is where he's most important is the Garden. He can't come to the Omni, you know, the crypto palace, whatever the hell it is now, right? Like
Staples.
Any of these arenas in the NBA, because they change names every week. So
right, that's a fact. That's a fact.
And no one will care. No one will care that Charles Oakley's there. Some teams just have special players that are really important to their franchise's history.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But he ain't even sitting there wearing any rings. So he's definitely expendable at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's another bad situation. I'm glad you brought Dolan up, where, you know, Oakley, you lose a lot of money with them type of situations. Barkley already told you how his severed relationship with Jordan cost him millions.
Millions, right.
Yeah.
Certain guys you just don't want to cross. Like the 32 NFL owners when you're a black quarterback.
That's a fact. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ask Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
You're right about that, man. Can't argue with that, man.
And I don't even know what that. He ain't getting no job. I don't even know what this argument is, cause bums behind Derek Carr. Bums behind him. What is this conversation about? He ain't gonna make that depth chart.
No.
Fact.
There wouldn't be no question.
It wouldn't be no conversation. It'd be
we're
signing him.
You put him out there, let him compete. Right? There's so much talking going on. That's what I always say. When there's a lot of talking going on and no action, if you really want him to play, you bring him in the camp and let him compete. It's pretty simple.
You would sign him to the payroll. You would sign him to the payroll.
You don't got to keep him.
Right.
Well, you can cut it by any day you want to cut him in. It wasn't even really given a legit opportunity. You know, and the thing that get me is our people sometimes, how they totally do a 360 and now Cap's a bad guy. Cap was out to get people. I mean, not understanding the chess game that this black man had to play.
Yeah.
To even make sure that he didn't live in poverty the rest of his life.
Right.
It's bigger than all that, right? Like, once you realize they're not really fucking with me.
Yeah.
Not really. Right?
I mean, because what's this shit about for real, man? What is it about for real? I mean, I hate to keep going back to what happened back then, but what is this about for real? Somebody wanting to express themselves at the end of the day, that's all this is about? We can't express ourselves because we play football? Like, that's all this was really about. And we talking about now how he might they signed, Jacksonville Jaguars signed Tim Tebow like that. No problem. Let him play all summer, run around all summer before he couldn't make the team. Right. We can't just sign him for the summer?
Yeah, it's got to be a workout. Like, come on.
I wrote a story back in 2017, and I was like, Colin Kaepernick will never play again. And I was right. I was like, the main reason is if you let him back on the field and he does work, you look crazy.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I can't let that happen. So the best way in any sport to keep a player from excelling is to do what?
Leave his ass on the field.
Yeah.
That's
part ways with him. Yeah, or to have nothing to do with him.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, look at Gabe Kapler. Not to prolong this, but same situation. MLB coach says, "Yo, I don't respect the government. Government's bullshit, basically, right?
Yeah.
With the way that they're handling gun control.
Yeah.
So I ain't standing for the anthem. He was lauded. Other than 77-year-old Tony La Russa, who we know, dudes that age that fought in like World War II and all that, they're never gonna understand what we're talking about here.
Right. Facts.
They still thinking like it's 1950 and 50 and 40.
we had colored water fountain.
Yeah, you don't stand for the flag. You just a communist. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But and they lauded this guy, fellas, and because he spoke out against lack of gun control and the Congress's unwillingness to be exact and swift and harsh with gun control. Well, that's a social justice issue, just like Colin Kaepernick.
Yep.
Nobody even gave a damn. It went away. Nobody even cares that he said it. Nobody cares
because it's baseball. It's baseball. It's not football. For one, and number two, he's white. That's it. That's it.
It is what it is, fellas.
Yeah. I don't even remember that tight end that kneeled. Remember that Cleveland tight end that kneeled, the white boy? Don't nobody even remember him. When the Colin Kaepernick shit was going on, there was a tight end who played for Cleveland. He was like one of the only white people that kneeled during the national anthem. I don't even remember the Bama name. I know he was a third stringer, and I ain't seen him since.
Well, that's why I don't remember him, because he's a third stringer.
Yeah.
But you would think a white dude supporting a black cause, you would give him a little, you know what I mean? Nah.
Well, you know what happened to Bruce Maxwell, the only black catcher in Major League Baseball, probably in the last 3-4 years. I know y'all like, who? Exactly. He kneeled. Yeah. You ain't never hear from him again. He got arrested 3 months later.
Damn.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Damn. And that sounds shaky to me. Like, you know,
that sounds crazy to me too.
What about my man's back in?
He disappeared.
What about my man's back in from the Bulls when Jordan was first there, and I forget the guy's name that was trying to get Jordan to protest. What's the cat name for Chicago?
Craig Hodges.
Craig Hodges. Yes. Yeah. Man, you never heard from him in a while after that.
No. Man. That was probably Mike. Mike probably told him, get him out of here. He bad.
Chill. I don't like the way he talks.
You messing up my Nike deal.
I mean, this dude, I'm starting to actually listen to this guy. You know? Like, my agent's telling me, get him out of here.
That Bama Craig Hodges, he talking that he was, especially when that documentary came out, he was out here on all the podcasts talking.
Yeah, he was.
That was like Farrakhan, not Farrakhan. Up in Muhammad Ali's ear. You know, Honorable Elijah Muhammad up there, and those guys up in Ali's ear. You know, same thing. They like owners, his managers is like, nah. No, this is no one. No enlightenment. No enlightenment.
Right. We don't want to hear that.
Enlightened niggas kill everything, bro.
We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. Hey man, let's switch up. So let's switch up a little bit, man.
Sure.
Tell me about your history in sports coverage and basically how you came up in the ranks.
All right, man. I've been in the game a little while. I originally came up in the ranks with, I've always loved sports. I played baseball for a long time, and I grew up. They called me Stats when I was little because all I would do, I'd be in I was from the newspaper age, so I studied the stats in the newspaper, the magazines, the Street Smith, the Sports Illustrated. I studied stats real hard. I didn't like math, but I love baseball statistics. I love football statistics, so I was on it. And so they, when I was real little, like 9, 10, they just started calling me Stacks. I always knew I wanted to, do sports and music, writing. Those are my loves, always been. Sounds a little cliche. It's nowadays for the Black Renaissance man, but I'm talking about 80s, 90s. This is what I always wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
So Rob Parker happened to live in my neighborhood, right?
Okay. Oh yeah. Shout out to Martin Van Buren High School. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Right around the corner from me.
Yep.
And I used to walk in the corner store because we only have one corner store in Queens in our little avenue, Sayers Avenue in Queens. And I see Rob's columns up there all the time, Daily News, Newsday, and I always ask the lady in the store, "Man, what's that?" She's like, "That's Rob Parker. He lives right around the corner." I was real little, like 13, 14. He was right around the corner. I read his articles every day. So eventually, one day, I was in college or whatever, and I had to do an assignment, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna interview Rob. It's like talk to a sports person, doing a breaking story. So my grandmother was alive at the time, rest her soul. And I remember she drove me to a diner. I got in contact with him, called him at the Daily News. He wasn't there. Called him back again. And he always says to this day, because now we're like best of friends, right? He was like almost 30 years ago. And he's like, "Dogs, if you didn't call back, you wouldn't even know me." Right? He's like, because I erased your message the first time, right? So I called back. We hooked up, met at a diner. I interviewed him for my assignment. And that was like the beginning of a beautiful relationship. I did the assignment. It was cool. He actually read my copy and recommended me to the high school news editor over at Newsday newspaper. Lady named Sylvia King. And she basically just set me out on an assignment based on his word. Like, go cover my first assignment. I remember it was 1995. It was a high school bowling match. Like, they don't even cover shit like that anymore, right?
Yeah,
they cover everything in the paper, right? We didn't have all these outlets, so they covered everything in the paper, right?
Yeah.
So it was a high school bowling match. Fort Tilden against New Utrecht, right? These are schools in Brooklyn. Yeah. And Fort Tilden, and I just covered it. I did my first story. I basically, did it how I learned in school from reading newspapers, my leads and things of that nature, and I just took off from there, I just started doing more and more there. Then I moved out to, I did work with a newspaper in North Carolina, worked with a newspaper in Florida. I covered NBA, NFL, MLB. I did the Tampa Bay Rays in Florida for a little while. And then, basically I just kept with the writing. The game changed a little bit. It became more of a, internet-based game, social media.
Yeah.
Based. So I just started, writing with different publications and things. And I did a lot of music stuff too. That's a whole nother conversation. Just I got a lot of.
We got to talk.
We got to talk about that.
Yeah.
I produced too. That's what I said.
From Queens, just growing up in Queens in the '90s, tons of friends in the business. So I think we've all dabbled in that at some point.
Yeah.
Growing up in that area under that culture, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or music. Just under that culture, because they really all go hand in hand. Sports rap radio. That's really the first radio show I did out in Detroit. Rob Parker hired myself and my friend, a guy named Champ from Detroit, who's a real, even they use shout him out every once in a while. He's a real sports affiliated guy, but he's not too mainstream, but he's known by the mainstream. And we had a show out there actually called Sports Rap Radio that really was going crazy for like 6 months, but then they changed. This was back in like but then they changed the station format. But that was like my first break into radio. So then I just stayed really like independent and doing different things, dabbling in the music and still writing, covering sports, doing radio shows, different things of that nature. And I do a lot of different things. Like I do Fox on Fridays with Chris and Rob. I do the Foul Affair because baseball is my bread and butter. So I do that baseball segment there every Friday. I'm on Inside the Parker podcast with Rob. A lot of stuff with Rob because, we just really close like that. And, he need young people around him because he's getting old and shit. He don't know nothing no more.
Right. I feel you.
He just get checks. He just get checked.
So that's the right way to do it.
Yep.
I ain't gonna fake. That's the right way to do it.
Yeah. One other
put in
person
work for
that's
years.
what I want to shout out, other than Rob, that's been very influential in my career. That a lot of people probably don't know because I don't do a lot of these shows, and I'm not really out there, trying to be the lead talent anymore at this age. You know, I'm behind the scenes. I edit a lot of different sites. I don't want to mention all of them, but things like that. But Jamel Hill,
Yeah.
Shout out Jamel Hill. Yeah.
very good friend of mine. She was a mentor for me. We worked together at the newspaper in North Carolina back in like '98. She was one of the first people that, and she's actually younger than me, but she's always, one thing I want to say about her, and I'm not disrespecting any women that's in the game. There's women, a lot of women covering basketball, things like that, that know what they're talking about. But she was the first woman that I had great respect for. Now it's different because there's more women in the game. Back then there wasn't as much. So I'm not saying that it weren't women then, but from I was in the game, and she was one of the first women that just knew her stuff, bro. Had nothing to do with looks, this, that, women. Yo, and this is before she became a social activist now. She don't even really talk sports no more. I'm talking about when she was on her sports heavy.
Yeah. She a trailblazer for women.
She's one of the best, bro.
Yeah,
She's
facts.
one of the best.
Facts. We know that. We know that just watching her on TV. I was a big fan of the podcast when her and Michael Smith did it. She's official with it. Ain't no doubt about that.
So she kind of hooked me in with the Shadow League back in 2012 because I've been with them for 10 years. In one capacity or another.
Right.
Because once I got the opportunity to work with a black-owned company that basically used to let us spit anything we wanted to back then. You look at our stuff from 2012, 2013, it ain't nothing like it was raw back then.
It
was trendsetting. You know, it was kind of before talking race became kind of popular. And then you kind of get silenced by when Complex and Sports Illustrated on them start talking about race, then you in trouble.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So y'all was kind of like the griot, back then. Yeah.
Good comparison. We just was a little bit even more aggressive than that. Like Tupac, you know.
And the griot was aggressive.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
But but I've stayed there throughout those years, through everything, and I'm still happy. You know, with all the things I do, I'm still happy to be a part of. See, what people don't understand is, if you're rating publications that are in sports and entertainment, right? All the ones at the top, even if they're successful with like black things, most of them are white owned, right?
Yeah.
There was very few. Like the Undefeated ain't black owned. Now it's not Undefeated anymore. It's Escape or something, but it's not black owned. The Source is, but the Source fell off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
big time. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They living on the past, just like Black Enterprise, a lot of other these people that living in the past. I like the Shadow League. It was cutting edge. It was owned by Keith Cleanscale, a black man. I was in the game. It was really a different experience. I'd worked in newsrooms. I done Bleacher Report. I did all that stuff. And it was such a, I wish there was a documentary made on the early years of the Shadow League, because there's not too many black-owned publications that stay around for 10 years, at 10 straight years, and still thrive. And, it's hard to secure funds and different things to make it work. And also our audience, our black audience, there's a lot of competition for that audience. And if you and if you're trying to let that one audience drive everything you do, you better be getting 70% of that audience, bro, or you're gonna die.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
right? That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
That's
for real. That's a fact. Take it from our 0.0001 black audience that we get. So
yeah, and black audience finicky. I keep it real,
man. Yeah,
when they want to just hook off on you for no reason, like they just gonna do it, and everybody gonna jump in and join in, and I'll be like, so where was that energy with the good stuff we did?
Right, right,
right. Like
that's our people, man.
Where was that energy with all the when we were on the front lines, when nobody was writing about race, and everybody was like, y'all need to chill, y'all need to calm down, right? We was on the front line. Some people messing with us here and there, but we didn't have the support I thought You should have for the mantle that we were carrying, and the torch we were carrying, and the audacity, and the things we said, the fearlessness in which we went about things. Now, 100% of the game don't operate like that. Everybody operates scared. Everybody operates for a check, and I get that. But me, I'm still a little different. Like I'm in the background more, trying to push the narrative, push ideas, build the cultures. But I let the young people do their thing and get off. And I encourage them, let it off, man, because trying to live politically correct all the time.
That shit is hard.
It's very hard, bro. It's very hard, and it's almost fake and disingenuous sometimes.
It's almost it's almost like trying to keep a lie alive.
I'm from an era where people. Yep.
It's almost like trying to keep a lie alive. Yeah.
And which I know this wasn't the direction I don't know if you want to go, but it's a good direction you take me in because just honesty and somebody that been in the game a long time. It almost makes you not want to do certain things in this game. Like you want to be creative, you want to do certain things, then you get bustled down with the hustle and bustle of every day, the finest stories, speed stories. I'll be honest, some of the stories I'd be like, that's trash, bro. Like, that is really trash. And this is what people are watching. I'm like, dang, man. It's a challenge. It's a challenge to go from this level to this level to make shit work, bro. That's like backwards. You know what I mean?
Man, we know because when we first started, we had a website and we was like, you know what, man, no matter what, we gotta write a blog a week. And I can't speak to Trey's issues, but I know every week I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't want to write. I don't give a fuck about. I'm not about to waste 2 hours of my day to write about that shit that I really don't care about. So it was always me trying to find something that's interesting enough for me to write about, so I could be excited about. Hey, y'all, look at this shit I wrote. But man, I don't be caring about half this shit unless it's an interesting angle, and half the time it's just a whole bunch of cookie cutter shit.
That's why you like just give me a goddamn microphone, right? And let me go at
it. That's it.
The unfiltered real.
That's it.
Yeah.
And just to add on to Maestro's point, we got so inconsistent with writing blogs and stuff like that. Like I would say, I'm gonna write a blog this week, and then for like the rest of the month or for the rest of like 2-3 months, I don't write nothing at all. So it's like, alright, we're just gonna scratch the whole website idea, and let's just get the microphone. Let's just get some software. Let's just do this, without any of the extracurricular shit. You know what I'm saying?
But your energy, bro, I don't know. Whether and I'm different as well because I'm not what, as they say, a D rider, right?
Yeah.
I'm just not. It is what it is. I know all the friends I need to know in this industry, bro. Trust me. And it is, you know what I mean? Like I'm not playing any of those games with anybody. I'm respectful. I'm professional. I definitely know how to, create a game plan, attack the game plan, articulate the game plan, work with people, manage people, try to keep people together. That's natural. That's from hanging out with a lot of people on the corner.
Yeah.
Right.
And not getting shot. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How did you do that? How'd you manage to do that? Because analyze, get people together, keep the energy positive when you're around, right? So that's really all I'm trying to do. But other stuff, I don't even care. I don't care to entertain a lot of these people's conversation. And for professional purposes, to maintain my job, I got 2 teenage kids. I have a wife. I have bills to pay. My son plays baseball at a very high level, and that's expensive sport. That's not conducive to black people or black people money. So, unless you're very blessed, and most black people are blessed, you still have to make a decision on what you want to do with your money. So, if I'm putting it all into them, I ain't driving the Range. I'm probably driving the Cherokee. The Wrangler like I got now, the Wrangler like I got now.
Okay.
No doubt.
But I'm a 90s guy, so those things appeal to me. So whereas someone half my age might think a 2022 Wrangler looked a little too boxy and all that. Dog, I've been dreaming about a car like that since I was little, right?
Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
I tell you one thing, it's a rack of youngins out here. Youngins around here driving Rubicons all day around here.
All day. That's the vehicle you can get, and people look at you and they be like, okay, he works.
Yeah.
Right? That's all you wanted to say. He gotta work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Facts.
That's all you can ask for, right?
So you was telling us about so basically you saying you was getting into music and writing is your thing. I feel like this article that Trey put me on to, I think we can kind of tie in both. Okay. So you wrote an article about Antonio Brown and his music career recently, and I just kind of wanted to let the audience hear your take on it, on Antonio Brown's music career and how that coincides with how he feel in the NFL career working for him.
Well, you know, my opinion on Antonio Brown, like a lot of people, is fluctuated over the years. Mm-hmm. You know, because he's a very erratic person. He's also a very complex person, like a lot of brothers are, especially brothers that play aggressive sports like football, who are their whole life have been looked at as a commodity and treated like a commodity. You think giving them $1 million makes them feel special? No, it still makes them feel like property a lot of times, because behind that millions of dollars, there's a lot of rules and stipulations and things that they can't do, that they tell them they can't do, that they say they want them to do. Antonio Brown gave you a little view inside something that's very common in the NFL. I'm hurt. We need you to play. I need my money. This is things that happen all the time. It's just social media age now. Anything somebody whisper on the field, it's coming out, and there's 100 stories before you really get it. But as far as Antonio Brown goes, this is what I will say. There's something to be said for celebrity. Celebrity is a fraternity too, where they also look out for each other and take care of each other. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. We ain't on them levels. Kanye ain't gonna come take care of me. But that's basically what he did for Antonio Brown. And Facts. You know why? People don't look at the situation, right? Yeah, that individual, I'm not gonna say white person, that hater, that owner, they might want to see a black man down because he didn't succumb or acquiesce to everything you demanded. You know, a dude like Jerry Jones or somebody that's used to getting their way all the time. They're not only white and have white privilege, but they're billionaires on top of that and delusional. Right. On top of that.
Right.
So a lot of people want to see Antonio Brown fail. Now, I'm not saying he's making great music. When I write about him, what I'm trying to get across is, look at the illness of that black man. Look at that fucking pivot he did on y'all bitches.
Yeah.
That pivot he did on y'all bitches. Yeah. Call him what you want. Call him crazy. Not a team guy. Mental illness. Selfish. This, that. He said, all right, y'all think I'm going to cry because I'm not playing football? Like that's the only thing I can do? I have established relationships in my life with big time people.
Yep.
Music in itself is a fucking hustle these days.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
We're not looking for extraordinary talent, right? We're looking for 2-3 million followers. We could work with you. We could work with the situation. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Same type of thing. So I was impressed by Antonio Brown with how he went at it, why he trying to get his music together. The Donda Sports, he gets hired there. He gets to deal with Fuego. He's no idiot.
Yeah, hell no. That Bama put together an album with Fabio after Fabio halfway through that joint, knowing he got the relationship with Kanye. He's not gonna tell me Kanye ain't put that relationship together. Started a fake relationship with Keisha Cole. She on the album. Like he put together.
Yo, isn't he the best? Isn't he the freaking best?
Like
I love guys that they just let speak their minds, what they really feel, right? And once you can become accepted as a Charles Barkley, who else? Just those guys,
they just kind of do what they want.
There's only a few guys that can say what they want all the time.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Charles Barkley is definitely one of them.
Nobody cares.
I think if you work for TNT, you can do what you want, bro.
They like whatever.
Yeah.
We all want to get to that point.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
then we could really find out what kind of money we can make. Because
Yeah.
you still be holding back. And the people that make that bread, they don't hold back, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially,
and they don't care.
We don't got a
they
machine behind us. So we don't got a machine behind us. So we can't hold back.
Yeah.
Right? We hold back to be 10 years later.
Yeah. I kind of like how you did that article, because back when he tweeted about him retiring a Steeler, I interpreted it as two things. Number one, he could mean I want to sign for one day and just have my retirement party right there, right? Or it could be I want to come back and play football, but I want to play for the Steelers because I want to retire a Steeler. So I took it as those two things without even putting the music thing like in that. I like how you brilliantly did that.
Oh, thank you. I thank you, because to me it goes hand in hand. He needed another hustle, right?
Yeah.
He's not doing the football thing right now. We all know, no matter what Antonio Brown says, we know as far as football right now, he kind of burned his bridges with that, because you can't do something wild like just walk off the field, because I never seen anybody do that. He's not a player of his caliber.
Right.
Player of his importance. Who knows where the Bucks were going that season? They still had a legitimate shot to do things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That kind of like threw everything.
Even though we didn't want them to, yeah, they still had a shot.
They did much better shot with him, and he knew it. So yeah, you got to tie the music in, because the pivot he made was so quick.
Yeah, it was fast.
One day he's playing football and he's walking off the field. Next day, Kanye, who I just love a brother who could just throw money around like the white guys, because he just protecting.
Because he can.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
I love Kanye.
Yeah.
Kanye walking in like, you ain't got no bread. All right, you working for me. You got a $2 million deal.
Yeah.
Until you work out what you want to do next, you still gonna be living crazy. You're gonna be hanging out with me. You know, the models, the white girls, the models, girls of all nationalities, I should say.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and doing your thing, and he's having fun. Football's a hard grind. He's not grinding hard right now, bro.
Yeah.
Now, he's living his best life.
And he clean, and he just talking, and that's the thing. He just talking. He allowed to talk right now. He's saying whatever he want to say right now, even if he don't feel that way tomorrow. He's saying whatever he want to say right now, and we, or not even we, the consumer is just allowed to, overreact, and Shannon Sharpe on TV talking all crazy about him, and you know what I'm saying. I'm like, look, man, if y'all ever listen to this dude talk for a long time, it don't take too terribly long to find out that this dude got an idea about what he doing and what he trying to do.
For sure.
Even when he talks about why he walked off the field, when you listen to his story, that shit makes sense.
It does.
It makes sense.
It does. And we get caught up in the team thing and the headlines and this and that. Like, oh, he's supposed to be a team player and it's not. Nah, it's a business. It's a business. And a guy, a veteran of his caliber, who's played on some of the best franchises, Patriots, Pittsburgh, in the history of the league. Yeah. He has been schooled on business. Trust me.
Right.
The business of football.
Yeah.
He lived with Brady. Right. He has all the jewels, all those jewels. Like, say you live with Jay-Z for a week. I always go back to that. Yeah. Living with Tom Brady for a week is the same thing. You gonna get the same shit off. You gonna get the same jewels.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Catch the sweat. Catch something, before you get out of there.
Right.
And if you friends with that guy, you're gonna be all right. Anybody that's friends with Kanye West, finances is not gonna be a problem, right? Especially a dude of his level. Look, you see the article I wrote. This was the fourth article of that kind, tying in his music, bringing light to his music. I'm not complimenting him all the time. I'm just bringing an honest portrayal of what's going on. Now you see, but understand how it goes down. The money. Now you got Aaron Donald, Jaylen Brown, Donda. As Clutch Sports begins to take some hits.
Didn't even think about that.
They've been on top a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Bron about to retire. That's the cash cap. They got other things to do. I don't even think that's gonna last long unless they just give it to Nicole, like take it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. Yeah.
Be the first, ride that out. Right. Let's they just give her the. I think that it's not gonna last long. I think they made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I think they made some mistakes too that are kind of coming out now, and I just think Donda is going to make a move.
Okay.
On these players, and wouldn't it be great to have like 2 black sports agencies, management companies competing?
Right.
For the creme de la creme.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be great. You know.
For the culture.
I mean, hell, I don't know what you think. I heard that Naomi Osaka supposed to be starting a little joint too. So I mean, I don't know how she gonna fit in the man. I don't know how she gonna fit in the game. But if she can get her head up in there, I mean, clearly she got the bread.
That's the problem, though. She made $50 million. She like 20, right? And this is how I think of things, right? And that's why I love being on your show, because I can say what I'm really thinking. So this is what I'm thinking. Corday comes into her life, right?
Yeah.
Let's just keep it real. You know, sure, she's American, but she's a very sheltered Asian American tennis star. I don't even know if she caught it before Corday, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right? She could have been the first. Because she's acting like she never had it before.
Never had it before.
She just lost it. Like, if you do the timeline, because he ain't no wild dude. He's a conservative, intelligent, but he's still a rapper. He's still a brother. And he's still on the rap culture. Okay?
Yeah.
Like all of us. So, to my timeline, I'm not blaming him for nothing, because my man, Byron Kirkland used to manage all the YBN fellas before they broke up. That's my guy. Okay. He managed all of them.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, she gets with this guy. She's at the top of the game, winning everything, dismantling, motherfuckers. You're like, oh my gosh, she's gonna rock. She's gonna rule everything.
Got Serena Williams mad as hell.
Beat Venus, beat Serena, beat just blast it.
Taking out the goats.
Then all of a sudden, she all in love, right?
Yeah.
They at the Met. They at the Met Gala. They at the
tour. You talking.
They there. They on Facebook. They on Instagram. Less tennis being talked about. For sure.
You talking right now.
Romanticism is a wild thing, because all the women are going to support you, right? Love. You're in love.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All the women love that story.
Love that.
Rapper, celebrity, tennis players, you know, we love that mess. We just eat that mess all up, right?
and the way and with content wise, the core they talking about, it's like Common. It's like Common and Serena again, like.
Yeah. So, you know, that's how it go, man. It's wild.
That's great. That's great.
Yo, you dropping some real jewels right now, yo. Like you really dropping some science right now.
Yo, I try to dig in, man. Everybody don't want to talk deep. You know what I mean?
Man,
everybody want to be the boss. Nobody want to talk. Everybody want to be the boss. And I like to interact with brothers and get a different view, right? That's how I'm seeing shit right now.
Yep.
Right? And I know y'all see things very clearly as well.
That's because we ain't got nobody paying us no money, so we
right.
So we got to think about.
Who you telling?
We ain't got no controversy, so
we got time to think about our shit.
It's easy to talk reckless when ain't no money.
Ain't nobody listening. It's easy to talk.
Yeah. But more importantly, JR, we own this podcast.
Yes.
So we can say whatever the hell we want to say.
Which is a beautiful thing. I respect that, man. I respect that 100%. I hope the platform continues to grow. You know, but what else we got? Why y'all got me on here?
We gotta talk finals. We gotta get
to the finals. We gotta get into the NBA finals.
Gotta get into the finals, man. 1-1. Where you at, man? What's going on?
Well, as you know, being from New York City, I've lived different places, but I'm a New Yorker to the heart.
Yeah.
That's where I'm now. So
Come
I'm
on,
a Knicks
say
fan,
it.
so
Say
I
it.
can't really show that much love for the Celtics.
Thank you.
know
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you.
that don't like being a Cowboy fan from New York, being a Celtics fan from New York. I don't got nothing against them, but we ain't grow up like that. You just pick that up when you met your shorty at college or whatever. She's from Philly, like you know the deal. You know what I mean? Your shorty from Denver. Y'all move out to Denver. You're the Giants fan. Your kids got on Broncos gear. Wifey got me out in Colorado. Wifey got me out in the mountains. We Broncos fans.
Over here rocking a Avalanche jersey and all this stuff. Looking all crazy.
Reading my man's page, he's like, "Yeah, let's go Tatum. Let's go Brown." I'm like, man, so that's one strike against them. So I'll never root for them. Dudes. Okay?
Facts.
But since 2000, what was that when they made that run to the finals? 18, before when Kyrie was hurt. When they made the run
to the conference finals, yeah.
The conference, yeah.
I knew this is what I didn't know. I said 3 things to myself back then. I said, 1, Kyrie Irving can't come back to this team, bro. Mm-hmm. After what I seen in this game 7, when they almost beat Braun, I was like, he can't come back. They don't need him. Everybody was talking about, they're going to be dope when Kyrie comes back. I'm like, man, one thing we never talk about anymore in sports, we always talk about this guy, that is team chemistry. It's like a forgotten fucking... It's my number one thing on any list for a team. It's chemistry.
Yeah.
That's how Villanova beat Georgetown in 85. That's how these things happen, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Chemistry.
And how's it working out for the Nets these past couple of years with the chemistry? They don't have any.
I've commented on your post many times. Like, out here with that net stuff. Kyrie, get out of here with that. Oh, that was the biggest soap opera. Not to get off point, because I'm going to get back to the finals thing. That was the biggest freaking, because y'all covered a lot of things the last 6 months, and I ain't get to speak to y'all about it. That was the biggest, joke I've ever seen. Really. Right? And I know people get so emotionally involved, like vaccine, not vaccine. I really try to stay out of all of that. It's like I went and got the vax, and let me tell you why I got the vax, because I went to the All-Star game in Colorado. Me and Rob like to do every year for baseball, and I called ahead of time. I wasn't vaxxed yet because I was good. I wasn't vaxxed yet, and they were like, unvaccinated media can do the outside interviews on the podium, but you can't do the one-on-ones. By the time I got there, everything was dead. You unvaccinated? Oh, you can't even come in with this. So I was out there looking stupid with about 3 other people. 2 of them was from Japan. You know what I'm saying? Looking crazy.
I feel you. Yeah.
And, it's a baseball atmosphere, so I'm not only looking crazy, I'm the only black dude out there.
In Colorado, yeah.
Everybody looking at me like, who this?
Right. Like this boy's about to beat your ass upside the head in a couple minutes, man.
Uncredentialed. You know me, I keep it a buck with a cap on, a hoodie.
Right.
Hoodie.
Like it's the 70s in New York City.
Talk about our media. I'm here for Eric Jones.
That's a fact.
Yo, can I tell you one baseball story? Because if I go to Yankee game tomorrow, if I go to Met game tomorrow, it don't matter if I got 20 credentials around my neck, right?
Yep.
The white dude that got no credentials, that's not a reporter in any way, is gonna walk right past that Hispanic lady that sits at the door, guarding the door like Fort Knox, right? He just walked right in. I can have a slick Rick amount of ID passes.
Right.
And they gonna still say, hold up a minute, and go like this and stare at that joint, bro.
Right.
Yo, they do that to Rob still.
Crazy.
Rob Parker. That sounds crazy.
That's crazy.
In certain places, I'm talking about the slight bias that you have to deal with. It ain't the people that run the organization. it be the normal person that's just a security guard out there making sure the wrong people don't go in there. But I've been around dudes that were not white guys that were not media, nothing. They walk right into the freaking locker room. I've been questioned every time. Questioned. They still looking at you after you come out the locker room. I'm like, gee. Then you walk up, this is baseball, then you walk up the thing, everybody just staring at your ID.
Yeah.
Experience. People don't really realize how it is sometimes. Be a black reporter in baseball, this, that, and then be a dude that I'm not licking any ass.
Yeah.
On no day. I've been in the game too long. Whether you know me or not, I've been in the game too long, right? Like I said, everything professional, everything respectful, but all that other stuff, it is what it is, bro. You know?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
One day, me and Kanye gonna start a business. Everything be all right.
Hey, y'all might buy the Broncos at some point. You know we trying to, we trying to cop the Broncos, right?
Yeah, I know him and AB. But back to Golden State. Not to hold up your show. I like Golden State to win. I said it was gonna go 7 because this is what you gotta understand. The Celtics, regardless of what the Golden State is doing, they have 2 of the best young players in the league. 2 of the best young players we've seen in a long time. Not, in some time.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because you don't get 2 guys like that in their 20s growing together.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I say 2 of the best we've seen in a long time. John Morant, he by himself. Luka by himself.
Yeah.
You got 2 studs that are now not even young anymore. They vets now.
Yeah. And they got experience. They've been in the conference finals.
It ain't no way those 2 guys don't figure out a way to win at least one in the next 3 years. With that coach, with those 2 guys, watch. Times is changing. Clay, he old and he's done. He is finito. Give me a couple of threes, but you're done. You're shot. I see it, right?
Yeah.
That's old. Them dudes play 100 games a year for the last, 8 seasons?
8 seasons, yeah.
Like LeBron, he gone. Harden's done. All these guys. Those 2 guys right there. Show me a team that has 2 guys that can match Brown and Tatum.
Energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Put the right pieces around those guys. Also, the most important thing is the experience. These dudes went to the conference finals 4 years ago.
Yeah. They got experience,
They a problem.
They
just needed a good coach. They had a bullshit coach.
Yeah, shout out.
An executive that was they had a college coach / NBA executive that was masquerading as an NBA coach.
Yeah, shout out to Nia Long.
Yeah.
So how strategic do you think that is that Brad Stevens says, all right, I'm done coaching, let me step up and then bring a coach? Or that probably was just a part of the plan, you think?
No, I think ownership said, look, we love you. You're not getting it done, bro.
Yeah.
But you're what I call WBG. There's a difference. You're a white boy genius.
Yeah.
Different type of genius because they all geniuses. You know that.
Yeah.
Of course.
Eric Bieniemy's stupid as fuck, but they all geniuses, right? Eric Bieniemy's stupid.
Right. Yeah.
Fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Byron Leftwich, like the team that Byron Leftwich played for, can't even get a job with the same team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stuff like that. So So I wouldn't be surprised at all, fellas, if the Celtics pull this out. But Golden State just looks too well oiled.
Yeah.
A machine with too many weapons, right? The only reason why that first game got away is because I think guys got caught up in that Steph Curry MVP shit and forgot to just go out and fucking win. And whoever wins the MVP will win the fucking MVP, bro.
Right.
We don't need to do nothing. You can't do that against the Celtics, man. You have to have 10 toes and you play that same ball you've been playing every year. Wiggins, give me 15. Porter,
Jordan Poole.
Looney, grab me 16 rebounds this game. I need 16 rebounds from you this game. Jordan Poole, we know you're going to be up and down. You've never been in no situation like this. I knew he was going to be inconsistent.
Right.
Give me one 30-point game when Draymond shoots his usual 2 for 11, right? But plays his good. But plays his good distribution game, his mental game.
Talking shit.
Refs scared to even call a tech on him no more. He won that one.
Yeah, he won that one.
It's too redundant now.
Yeah.
They don't look like they're picking on him. So what he basically said was, I stayed true to my asshole ways, like we were talking about, and now they accept me for who I am.
Mm-hmm. They scared to throw him out.
Play no freer than that.
They scared to throw him out.
Yeah.
And it don't help that Horford got 26 in game 1. Marcus Smart had like 18 in game 1. And what's the white boy? What's the white boy for Boston? Derek White. He got like 18 points in that game.
Yeah.
And you know that's not happening much. So
no.
It's about Tatum. I think it's going 7. I like Golden State in 7.
I agree with you.
But I would not be surprised, bro. If
I got him in 6.
If the Celtics could, damn, it's just that Tatum is so inconsistent sometimes, man.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't have to be, right? Like when LeBron was younger, he wasn't as inconsistent shooting. I know he was younger and healthy because he didn't do all those jump shots and those fadeaway threes.
Right.
He was just killing dudes.
Yeah,
right.
I was watching his game 6. I was watching his game 6 when Miami was down 3-2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those post moves, I almost forgot what that shit looked like.
Yeah.
Nobody does
that. Don't happen.
No,
that shit don't happen.
LeBron and KG. Go watch LeBron versus KG because we haven't seen that probably in the last 8-9 years. Nobody played like that.
Yeah.
How they was going, their 2-point shots that they were going at baseline.
Yeah. That was the 45 and 10 game. Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all say they more skilled now? I mean, I don't know, bro. I was looking at those twos go at it. Nobody got post moves like that. Nobody can maneuver 10 feet and in like those guys were doing against each other back then.
Yeah. See, that's my argument. But see, I mean, I kind of can't blame the youngins because it's clear that they want points. So it's like the NBA want points. I've been telling Trey this for years, man. They not gonna be happy until somebody scored 200 points in a fucking game. They not gonna be happy. They just want Bama's going from half court and throwing it in the air,
until the playoffs.
That half court shot, Jordan Poole could have gotten closer. He decided I don't want to get no closer, and I'm gonna just throw it in the air and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I have to say. And I love Steph Curry, and I'm not one of those guys like my man Rob Parker who try to diss Curry and talk about he don't really show up in the late minutes and things of that nature. I will say this. The problem a lot of people have with Curry is he has hit some very clutch shots in his career, but it's quite obvious that he's way looser when his team is up. He liked the pour on. He a pour on type of dude. Like he don't shoot them half when the game is tight.
He don't shoot. He ain't going like that.
Jumpers hit front rim sometimes. His jumpers hitting front rim.
Yeah.
All that. I watched the game. I watched him in the last minute. Now I'm not taking nothing from his greatness, and I'm definitely not riding with those guys that say he's not clutch. And he definitely deserved the MVP over Iguodala. That was disrespectful. That's what you saying. How you gonna give it to like a 6-man beat?
Man.
And you know what their excuse was? Oh, he guarded LeBron. He guarded LeBron, and LeBron was still getting off in that series.
Yeah, they could come up with anything, right? They could. That's like giving Michael Cooper the conference finals MVP because he locked down Bird because he checked up Bird. He held Bird to 22. So we're going to give Michael Cooper, fuck Kareem, Magic. Right, we're going to give Mike Cooper the MVP. knowing that a conference MVP is for superstars because the way the game played now, you need those accolades to be in the conversation.
You need them moments, dog. There's no way no disrespect to the second tier of players and below.
Yeah.
MVPs ain't meant for them unless they have that kind of performance.
It ain't meant for them, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Period.
Unless you a rookie that dropped 44 playing center.
Yeah.
I mean, what we doing?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't respect that shit neither. But I agree with you 100%. As far as Steph Curry goes, the thing about that Steph Curry thing, his thing is that he trying to kill you in the third and go sit down. That's that's the real shit. Like, no, he's not used to having to be clutch because by the third quarter he done shot your fucking face off.
Yeah,
and that's
right.
and that be the shit. I just watched it the other day. I'm watching one of them games. Like he just shoot your face off in the third. It's no the third they just had it Sunday. They went crazy in the third, and then they had their reserves and they chilling.
That's their MO.
That's what
you go down against those guys, and then they start chucking them half court shots. That's pretty much the death blow.
Yeah,
you know they're letting you know the coffin closing.
Yep.
We shooting 40 footers. That means we're not taking the game serious.
And them joints is going down.
And they going in.
They going in.
Come back tomorrow. Come back. Yo, with 10 minutes in the game, you knew. Come back tomorrow, Boston.
Right.
Yeah.
Once Jordan Poole hit that shot, it's like, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Just come back tomorrow.
I muted the game. I muted it. I went and did something else. No, I knew that shit was over.
But yeah,
Boston gonna be a different beast. I think Boston gonna take a game in Boston.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Game in Boston.
Yeah. I think it's tied 2-2 after game 4.
It's close series. I like this series because Boston's the underdog, but you never know. If Tatum and Brown can click for 3 games in a row, I never see them click for 3 games in a row. They're the most inconsistent team I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
Yeah.
If they could just catch lightning in a bottle 3 games in a row and allow Marcus Smart to just play defense, I really don't need you shooting like that, bro.
Yeah. My man trying to shoot threes.
No. Play your Patrick Bev and do your, you know what I mean? Play your Pat Bev to perfect and win your championship, bro.
Yeah.
Because no one's gonna remember you for anything else, really, once it's all said and done, except being on that 2022 championship Celtics team that beat Golden State.
That beat goes, yeah.
This is why I got this series going 7, because I just think Boston's defense is just too good for them to be in a gentleman's sweep or even, go out in 6 games. I just think
I agree.
Combined with the defense, with Tatum, and even though they are inconsistent, that dude is a dog. I mean, a lot of people don't categorize him that way, but we on this podcast, we see it. We acknowledge it. Jason Tatum is that dog.
You the man on a team on the NBA Finals. Right? You're not a dog.
Right.
You're the man.
Right.
On an NBA Finals team. Every star player on any team I can ever remember that went to the NBA Finals was a dog in the history of the NBA.
Even the 04 Pistons had some dogs on that team.
They had that was a dog. Yeah, that was a dog team.
Yeah.
That was a dog team. Now Only thing I'll say,
please. Woo. Isaiah was the biggest dog of them all. Isaiah was the meanest, nastiest son of a you ever seen.
Only thing I'll say about Tatum is, for me, I don't ever want to see Tatum having a fucking 16 assist game. I don't ever want to see it. I know they won. I don't ever want to see it again. I don't ever want to see it. He a dog, and for me, like, I guess I gotta put him. I think we talked about this Trey a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Was he a top 10 player?
He's a top 10 player.
Yeah. He gotta be.
He's a top 10 player. Yep. Mm-hmm.
To my knowledge, dude has had a 60-point game before, right?
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, the resume there.
Yeah.
The resume is there. And remember, how old is he again?
Like 24?
He said 24.
That's kind of scary, bro.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary. Think about it. 24, you just really getting your feet wet, bro. Like, we dudes like LeBron, these phenoms, they're 1 in a million, because a lot of kids, do 1 year. They ain't shit when they get to the league. They ain't even ready.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them, they never get ready because they left too early. A lot of them just get their money and they just run around with chicks all day long and really don't play.
Right.
They just on Instagram running around with models, but they're not ready.
Man, yeah.
So
That's what
Jr.
LeBron James so different. You know, that's what make the LeBron James different. A Kobe Bryant different.
It's only certain players, man. It's only
18,
like
19.
I'm here to play ball.
Woo.
Like I'm
So-
here to play ball. That's what I'm here to do.
So what I'm hearing from you, Jr., is that
Mhm.
this incarnation of the Celtics might be the next dynasty. Because if that's what you're saying, I'm scared for that, bro.
I don't know if I want to use the word dynasty because it's so hard to keep getting back.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Golden
Right.
State,
Yeah.
that little Miami run,
Yeah.
LeBron's Cleveland run, it really gave us a false sense of how it works because I think that once this last Golden State attempt is over,
Yeah.
they might be able to run it back next year, win or lose. They might be able to get to the same spot. Those guys are getting old though; they're definitely slowing down.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we don't really
Yeah.
know. We don't know Kuminga's next step.
Right.
We don't know
Right.
if Jordan Poole's a one, or he has the benefit
Or is
of being a
right.
dope ass player that
Right.
gets to play with dudes that 3 other people that guard him before they worry about you, bro. You know,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
then you're playing with a genius point forward who, you know,
Old as hell too.
I mean, he know exactly what to do, how to
Yeah.
play basketball. Like he knows he's offensively inept, Draymond
Yeah.
Green,
Yeah.
but he makes up for it by putting everybody in position to win. And I like Golden State because to me they remind me of a hybrid team. Like the Celtics look like a new age squad to me.
Yeah.
Right? Like y'all gonna chuck 33s and you only got 2 jump shooters that can hit 3, right? But y'all still gonna
Right.
chuck
Right.
This shit is
Right.
ridiculous.
without the
Why is
personnel
Ty
to do so,
shooting?
right? Without the personnel to do it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Maybe Al Horford will hit 8 today,
Yeah.
right? But
It's
most likely he
craziness.
won't. That's why you don't win the series, though, right? Like most likely
Exactly.
he won't.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Golden State fooled everybody because people blinked and Steve Kerr flipped the game back to old school basketball on people.
Exactly.
Motherfuckers. Like he said, nah, y'all can keep doing what we did in 2015. I'm gonna go get me some athleticism on the wing. I'm gonna go get me some size. I'm gonna keep a couple dudes that can't score a lick like Looney, but can get me 16, 17 rebounds on a
17
bad night when
facts.
you're not shooting good, right?
And still getting you 12. And if he getting you 12 points, 6 for 6, like, come on, man.
I got everything. I got size. They got everything. There's no weaknesses, right? The only weakness is, are they going to try to force Curry to MVP? I'm telling you, that's the only thing that Golden State, I think, really has to worry about. Because I think Boston will be right back next year. With this coach, scratch what happened with Stevens. Now is the start of the Boston era. That was like a fluky. They got to the finals. It showed you they got a lot of talent. This is the beginning. With this coach, this culture.
That's scary.
These 2 guys. Trust me. There's going to be other guys they put around them that's better than this bullshit cast they have now. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
One thing I'll say.
A problem.
One thing I'll say about Golden State, even though this appears to be, well, not appears, they're getting older, and you know the end of the line is near from them.
For sure.
This Golden State front office can be very sneaky come the off season. I mean, you saw it when they got Durant after they came back on Oklahoma City. You saw that.
Right.
They could be very sneaky and maybe grab one of these guys that's up for free agency or maybe make a trade that nobody's thinking about. So
they're very smart.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the rookies. Look at how they've been able to draft these players that fit these perfect pieces. And Wiseman ain't even. I don't know if Wiseman will ever be healthy because some dudes just don't get healthy. It's like 2-3 years pass and you like, oh shit.
You're right.
He was supposed to be. What happened? Like
he was supposed to be the man. Yeah.
Like I'm glad Embiid was able to actually play. A lot of dudes get hurt that big like that, and they never get on the court. He's actually been able to put together some dynamite seasons. But what you do know, his window closing because he's not going to be healthy consistent. He's not going to give you more than 50 games. Okay?
Yeah.
He's just not.
Yeah.
So now's the time.
Yeah.
And
facts.
As far as Durant and the Nets, I got to talk about the Nets. They blew a huge opportunity. because the league was ripe for the pickings last year and this year. But it ain't gonna be like that next year, baby. It's a new day. I'm telling you, it's changing, bro.
Yeah.
People gonna move around, right? Like imagine Donovan Mitchell joins the Celtics. You get rid of Smart, you bring in, or you keep Smart for defense, but you bring in somebody like Donovan Mitchell in that backcourt.
Yeah.
Now we got a problem, right?
That's a problem.
Yeah, my Knicks got to get it right.
But it can happen, right?
Yeah, that can happen. That's way more likely to happen than the Knicks getting Donovan Mitchell. That's for sure.
But why? But why? The Knicks need to stop. They don't have the team yet to be wasting great players.
I'm gonna let Trey nick y'all. Trey gonna nick you out, Slim. I'm trying to tell you, Trey gonna nick you out right now.
Donovan Mitchell comes to the Knicks, though, Trey. You know that's still a 40-win team.
Yeah, but what are you giving up for Donovan Mitchell?
Right. I don't like the Knicks have one legit player, bro. RJ Barrett, like one.
Yeah, and I don't want to give up RJ Barrett right now. I don't want to do that.
I agree. He's blossoming, but they need a lot more talent. My God, they don't have.
They do.
Really have a talent.
They do. They need to get rid of. They need to find a way to trade Julius Randle. Yep, I said it. They need to find a way to trade Julius Randle. They need to get Alec Burke off the roster. Sign Mitchell Robinson, because that dude, I know he, gets hurt a lot, but that dude can play defense. That dude is really good in the, in the paint, whatever. And Thibodeau just needs to let these young cats get some burn. You know what I'm saying? They need to get burned.
It's like pointless sometimes with him coaching. You know he's not gonna play the young boys. You got Cam Reddish. You got RJ. When the Knicks got Cam Reddish, if y'all remember, he was coming off like 2 30-point games because Trey was out. Not Trey. Trey or the forward. The forward. Collins, one that were out. Trey was out, so they needed another scorer, right?
Yeah. Yep.
This is my thing. What are we looking at here? So you let the guy get the ball. He gives you one 30-point game. Then he gives you another 30-point game. And you know what the NBA is about. You got 8 dudes on your team that could probably score 20 points a game. Only 2 guys got the green goddamn light to do it. So so these goofy reporters try to tell you the other 6 ain't shit. When if you send them to another team, he can average 22 a game too. I look at the stats every single season of points per game average leaders. What is the direct correlation between points per game? Shots per game. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple.
Tom Thibodeau was a dinosaur in this league. He can't coach in this league anymore.
He can't. And I don't want to see D'Antoni either. Because you know what they call D'Antoni? You know what D'Antoni's system really is now? Coach is drunk. We can do what we want.
Yeah.
That's really the system. That's the equivalent of coaches drunk.
Yeah. Charlotte trying to get him. I don't know if you heard that. The Hornets trying to get D'Antoni, but
I'm sure Melo Ball want him. I'm sure every last damn player on that team wants D'Antoni to come because you know what happens once D'Antoni's your coach? You don't got to worry about nobody saying nothing about winning no championship because they know you not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
can score.
You about to be an all-star. They about to start calling you the best player in the game like they did Harden. Remember? When that was on there. Damn well he wasn't no best player.
And they ain't about to play no defense whatsoever. No defense. Hey, JR, one last thing for me, and we can wrap this up. So the website mlbbro.com. You're one of the senior staff people on the website, and obviously this is a website owned by the man himself, Rob Parker. Give me some names of some black players in baseball right now that we need to be looking out for right now.
Okay. Well, I'm a co-owner of MLBBro.com.
Talk your shit.
I love it.
I
love it.
All right. But yes, it is the majority owner is the man, the myth himself, Big RP for Queen.
Shout out to the homie.
yes, who we all love dearly. He one of the nicest guys I think I ever met in my life. You walk around baseball stadiums with this guy. Anyway, he's covered baseball, Cincinnati, or Cleveland. Anyway, he's covered baseball, New York, and they all know him. Every time I go to, All-Star game, he walked through the stadium, it's like he's the Jay-Z, of baseball, Might not get that same love in the NBA. Won't get the same love in the NBA stadium. Like, people know him for NBA arena or football stadium, but baseball stadiums?
Yeah.
Everybody know this guy, Rob Parker. It was crazy walking with him in like, Cincinnati, Cleveland, places like that, Middle America, where they really into baseball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's on some next level, right?
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Problem is, the groupies ain't the same in baseball, so it don't matter. It's a bunch of old fat white guys with beer in their hand, asking for pictures, right? It's a little different.
Yeah.
Different than hanging out with Wade or somebody that got a little different. Hanging out with Stephen A. at the Lakers game or in South Beach, but hey, Rob,
yeah.
So my baseball players you asked me about, right?
Yep.
So I have 5 favorite guys that I really like, and that because MLB Bro, we cover most black and brown players. It's very important.
Yep.
We cover the 7.2% of black and brown players in baseball. That number is dramatically decreased over the years. But because of a lot of things that people don't know about, like MLB's diversity programs, who my son has been a part of for years. They have, Ken Griffey Jr., Willie Randolph, Eric Davis, all the greats come down there and they get these kids together and they track their progress. They train them. They produced the 5th major leaguer from that program, which just started in 2015, just hit the major leagues, Alex Thomas. So you have a guy named Cal Mitchell, Alex Thomas. These are all this year. Hunter Green was the first player ever drafted from MLB's diversity program. So he's a banner draft pick. Who are the other 2? Money Mike Harris was the 4th from Atlanta Braves. And then a 5th guy came up. Who's the 5th guy that came up? We got Hunter. Well, I can't remember off the top.
Is it Tommy Pham? Is it Tommy Pham?
No.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Tommy Pham.
Yeah, he been in the game a while. Oh, Tommy Pham, bro, kept it gangsters. They don't want none of that in baseball. Tommy Pham won't have a job next year, unfortunately, fellas. But
why? Because he slapped Jock Peterson?
Hot take. Hot take.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hot take.
No, that's a reasonable take. He smacked the Bama on. Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
And he's on the Reds, and he's on Last Destination team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Trey, let me give you a little more info because I don't know how deeply. I know y'all cover baseball, but remember, Tommy Pham was the guy that said he signed with the Reds just to get his numbers. I never heard nobody say nothing like that.
Oh shit!
Go Google that.
Oh wow!
I like this dude.
They did an interview with Tommy Pham. I wrote about this.
And the Reds are some trash this year.
He straight up said, "Yo, I don't care. I'm running out of time.
Yep.
I'm here to get my numbers." He said this and nothing else. I'm here to get my numbers. I was like, oh.
I like
Tommy
that
Pham,
dude.
He's a nigga fed up. Part of my language. But I use that word on purpose. He a nigga that's fed up with the MLB game. He's like, you know what? I did this your way. Y'all send me up. Send me down. I hit 20 home runs. Y'all send me down. I go to St. Louis. I help y'all win. Y'all trade me. I go to San Diego. I help y'all win. Y'all trade me. The game bullshit. I'm getting my numbers. I want a contract. Time is ticking. I need one $40 million lick. That's all. Yep. Not even big money in baseball. I need a $40 million lick.
Yep.
On the way out the door.
And he gonna get that money because some contracts is guaranteed. He gonna get that money.
Yeah. Tim Anderson.
He might be my favorite baseball player off at GP right there.
Yo, Fam's a monster. So he's trying to get his money and he's smacking the shit out of dude during batting practice. I mean,
don't play about my money.
Over fantasy football.
Don't play about my money.
It's unprecedented what that man has done. He gotta be a hero in the black community because he smacked the shit out.
Yeah, he a hero in my book. He a hero in my book. I might cop his jersey.
Out of a white professional baseball player and didn't end the night in no handcuffs. Tommy Pham.
Yeah. And And Jock Peterson ain't do a damn thing to him.
He ate it.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because he was wrong. He just didn't know he was gonna get the shit smacked out of him. You know he was wrong.
Yep.
He doing that. He doing that little think everything a game. Because just because you're a grown man playing a boy's game, don't mean we playing boy games.
Boy games, yeah. That's a fact.
Well, my favorite on the way out, fellas.
Yep.
On the way out, I really appreciate y'all having me on. I had a blast. I've been wanting to speak to y'all. I knew exactly the vibe the conversation was gonna have.
Yes.
I just knew it. So I was happy when y'all reached out. Tim Anderson is my number one player. I tell you, I give you one. Tim Anderson is one of the best all-around players in the game. He's a throwback player. We don't have many throwback players anymore. He's not about just hitting home runs. He hits 300 every year. He already has a batting title. He steals bases. He would steal more if it was allowed anymore. Right?
Yeah.
He steals bases. What does it Tim Anderson do? And if you mess with him, he'll flip you off.
Yeah, like Donaldson tried to mess with him a couple weeks
Plain
ago.
and simple.
Yeah.
Yep. He'll flip you off. Mookie Betts is my number 2 favorite. Everybody love Mookie. Mookie.
Yeah.
What can you say about the dude?
I just saying like that he played for the Red Sox. But other than that, he's a great player.
No. Yeah. Now that he doesn't play for the Sox, we can cheer for him. Exactly.
Yep. Yep.
You know,
Facts.
He was definitely an enemy. You know, and the guy you don't want to see up at the plate. But 30-30, MVP, everywhere he goes, it seems like he wins championships.
Yep.
He wasn't healthy last year. Dodgers did nothing. Right? He's healthy again this year. He's on a record pace for runs, like most runs scored in the last 30, 40 years. Another underappreciated player. He's a Gold Glove outfielder. And I'll give you a little nugget. Last year, fellas, remember when he was rehabbing? What position did he play, Trey? Do you remember?
Don't. Remind me.
They brought him into the infield. He played second base for 2 games and was nice with it. A lot of people missed that. Yeah, so we'll be something special, right?
Okay.
My third, Juan Soto, Washington National. He's just simply probably the best technically sound hitter in baseball right now. My man Bo Porter, former manager for the Astros, who's MLB's director of coaching development, and also an announcer on MLB Network from time to time. He worked with the Nationals as a broadcaster the year they won the World. He was on Masson the year they won the World Series. He did great analysis. He loved Juan Soto. He calls Juan Soto the best hitter in the game. He can hit every quadrant. A ball pitch to him. There's no pitch he can't hit. He has a great eye. Tremendous power opposite field. Tremendous pull power. He's going to be winning batting titles for years to come. And he's young. And he's just a dog. Ronald Acuna, probably my favorite player.
The Atlanta Braves, yep.
What people miss is that dude is 23. He's already had a 41 home or 37 steal season, bro. Okay? That's like Ricky Henderson 2.0.
He on his way. Yeah, he on his way to something special,
And he got a chip on his shoulder, because how would you feel, right? If Maestro, you got sick. Your partner got to do the show on his own for a month. You come back, he done got a deal, secured a deal with Joe Budden podcast station. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to me last year.
Yeah.
Dude,
me and Trey gonna move some furniture.
Dude got hurt. They go win a World Series. That ain't good negotiating ground for him.
Yeah.
Y'all can't win without me.
Right.
Trey say, yo, you'll never be nothing without me. We're like, well, I got $2.5 million deal on the table. You've been out all week, bro. You've been out all week. I got $2.5 million deal on
That's all right. We gonna move furniture.
Yeah, exactly.
My last favorite player, because you got to name a pitcher.
Yep.
And you got to name a black pitcher, Tristan McKenzie from the Cleveland Indians. If you don't know him, check him out. He's from Brooklyn. He's Jamaican. His father was they ain't know nothing about baseball when he came up. His father came up in Brooklyn, moved from Jamaica in the 80s. He was a big-time Dwight Gooden fan. Taught Tristan McKenzie everything he needed to know.
Yeah, shout out Flatbush. Yep.
There you go. So it was a great story. So he's from Brooklyn. He's Jamaican, and he's throwing pellets out there on the mound. He struck out like 8 in a row last year. At one point, almost had a no-hitter. He's electricity. Every time he steps on the mound, So black pitchers on the come up: Hunter Green, Tristan McKenzie, Josiah Gray Sway from Washington Nationals, Devin Williams, a pitcher from the Brewers. He throws a pitch called an airbender. Got the best changeup in the game. Check him out. You know, black baseball, baby. It's coming. They just don't treat us well enough for all of us to embrace it. Because we black. We like sports, period. You paying, we playing.
We playing.
So
that's a fact.
Me, you know?
And I pay to come see you too. I pay to come see you. That's it.
Sure.
That's it.
If they got brothers on the field.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
That's the biggest problem. We ain't coming if you ain't got no brothers on the field.
Right. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I can't get Day and Lamar to come to the Mets game to watch Lindor and a bunch of white dudes.
Yeah.
Nah.
They gonna be like, come on, man.
Yeah, I ain't interested in that. Yeah, facts.
JR, man, this was dope.
No stolen bases, no excitement. Nah, man.
Right.
That's just not me. But, you know, I love the game. But thank you.
Yeah.
Hey,
no doubt, man. This was dope.
This was dope. One more time, man. Give us a plug one more time before we let you go.
Okay, man. You know, Jake Gamble, the Gambler, aka the Gambler. You can check us out. You can check out every day. If it's not a specific article I wrote, I drive the culture, the content, theshadowleague.com. We could always use more people just taking a chance on us, checking out our stories, checking out our eyes. You come to find we probably relate to a lot of ways that you relate. The problem is with all these different mediums, sometimes you don't really know who to go to get the real. But still here, 10 years Shadow League, MLBBro.com. Check out. And on the low, check out UrbanSpotlight.com too.
All right. That's a bet.
That's what's up.
That's a bet, man.
That's what's up.
JR, this was dope, man. Really appreciate you coming on the platform, dropping some jewels, man. And we definitely got to do this again sometime.
We do. Great show, fellas. Please keep up the good work. You definitely got a fan in me. Now I'm going to keep helping promote y'all, keep helping y'all grow. Because, you know, good solid sports minds like y'all really need bigger platforms, man. It's too much garbage in the platform, man. Y'all need more space to grow and do your thing, and I wish y'all the best. And anybody I speak to, I will speak highly of your show and what you do. Again, check us out on the shadowleague.com, MLBBro.com, Black and Brown Baseball, Shadow League, Sports and Culture, of course, since 2012. And thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Hey, man, salute, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Appreciate it, man.
Be safe out here, man.
Till next time.
Love.
No doubt.
Yes, sir. Be safe out there.
Be safe in them streets, man. But
I don't go out. I don't let me out.
I love it.
Bro. I tell you, them days is over. Don't, bro. I'm washed, B. I'm good. I just in the sports. I'm in my sports bunker, right? Cursing at the wall and beating my kid. That's it.
Yeah. I see you got the basement window right there behind you, man.
Yeah, it's my little office right here. You know, little office. That's the AC. That's really the window to the outside. So I'm upstairs. Actually, not downstairs. And usually my cat is sleeping.
Yeah, I saw the cat.
Yeah,
I peeped the cat. We peeped it. We peeped it.
You know I don't like cats, right? But that's the story for another day. I'm a dog guy. I got stuck with
wow.
All right.
My
daughter says she wanted a cat. We'll talk later about that.
No doubt, man. Yeah,
love.
we see you around, man. All right.
Sure. No
doubt.
Keep up the good work.
All right, you too, man. No doubt, man. That's the homie J.R. Gamble. Make sure y'all check this.
To the homie, man.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all check him out. TheShadowLeague.com, also MLBBro.com as well. Some good articles, particularly on Shadow League. Some good stuff, especially with the Antonio Brown stuff for certain, man. Special shout out to the Facebook live chat. I didn't even get a chance to do that, but you know he was just dropping gems all over the place. But
shout out.
Yeah,
shout out.
Yeah, Mo Cheese, Chief Rocker, Jersey Vern, the homie Kesey up in here. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Yeah, check that man out, man. Check that. I actually put the website in the Facebook live chat for y'all. So we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. It's about that time, man. Let's wrap this thing up, man. We appreciate it again. Check us out on the social media platforms, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel. Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2, Instagram at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. And if you got questions or comments about the show, just hit us up on the email. It's barbershopsportstalk1 at gmail.com. So another one in the books, man. Programming note, we are off next week, but we'll be back the following week with hopefully another guest, stopping through the barbershop. And, we just going to keep rolling along, man. 2022 has been a great year so far.
Yeah, man. Let's keep it going.
No doubt. All right, folks, y'all have a great week, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks. Peace.
Love.